Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Ultra Squad, and it's your boy Ultra Anime here, and we're back with the final part. What if Issei had Ultra Instinct? Now, you guys have loved this series. I love this series, but it's time for me to put a close to this series, of course. And I'm not gonna waste your time. Let's get right into this. What if? Now, the last part we left off was actually Issei and his group face off against actually Loki, ended up sealing Loki. Volley's team came, they wanted to take Fenrir, Issei one-shot Volley, pretty much, yeah, they actually all retreat, that really all that actually pretty much happened. So let's actually continue. It's actually been about like 2 weeks, of course, since actually that whole event actually happened. Issei was actually just now in his room, and he was basically talking to actually Griselda and Mirena, as they were basically having a normal conversation, as talking about small things, about being an angel, and things like that. They were actually kind of getting a little bit close, and pretty much they started to actually kind of have a small crush on actually Issei. He was so pure, his wings were so beautiful, they couldn't actually help it, and Issei was actually an interesting guy to talk to, so, and plus, yeah, Issei actually thought that they were actually kind of cool too. Just pretty much, after having this conversation, a magic circle will be formed, and as it was actually pretty much over an angel magic circle, and out of nowhere this Arthur will come out, and Issei would say like, Arthur, how was your day at the court and the club? And she was to say like it was fine but also weird at the same time. Griselda would ask, how weird? What did they do to you? She was actually kind of getting worried for Arthur that the devil did something to actually Arthur. But Arthur said like, no, nothing, they didn't do anything, it's just that she met one person there called Theodora, the devil that she saved from long ago. As Issei said like, oh, wait, what did he want with you? Arthur said like, no, he just wanted to actually stake me and things like that. He actually offered me on a date, but I actually kind of rejected him. Issei kind of sighed in relief, saying like, oh, that's actually pretty much good. As Griselda would say like, Theodora, I don't trust that man. Pretty much his whole parade is filled with actually ex-church members, of course, nuns and things like that. And Issei would say like, wait, really? And she would nod her head saying like, yes. And she didn't know how he pretty much got his hands on them, but pretty much he doesn't trust them one bit. And plus, they don't even have evidence to even back it up that he was actually kind of, he actually kind of went and actually took them or things like that. So yeah, no proof. They kind of hoped that was the last time that Arthur would see the guy. Pretty much, we just fast forward all the way to about like 2 days. As Issei was sleeping in his room, having a nice dream, as all of a sudden, Issei would just hear screaming coming from the next room. As he immediately wakes up, and he recognized it was Arthur's scream. Issei went to check on Arthur, as pretty much he would actually find Arthur there, just like tied up, as Theodora was covering her mouth, as Theodora looked towards Issei saying like, so you must be Issei Hiro. I must thank you for taking care of my Arthur, but I'll be actually off now. Before you can even teleport, Issei will shoot actually holy actually feathers towards him, but it was already too late. He would teleport out of there, as Issei will be looking on in shock, and he would scream, Arthur! As Issei will contact actually Griselda and Mirena, and actually Gabriel, of course, immediately. As once Issei told them about the situation, they actually went towards actually kind of like Gabriel tried to contact actually Sir Zex, explaining the situation actually about this, of course. After like Sir Zex hears about this, he immediately just goes actually like saying that they kind of have a little bit of a problem, of course, as they were actually saying that they were actually in a battle between the Chaos Brigade and things like that, while Wraith was actually facing off against Theodora and actually Parage, of course. As immediately, Gabriel and her Parage, her kind of deck, they went there to the battlefield, as they were actually met with actually Ross Weiss, Irina, and also Azazel there. And Azazel asks if they actually came here to join the battle, which Issei says that he was actually not here for that. Well, kind of yes, they were here for that, but still, he actually kind of here for Arthur, that Theodora actually took Arthur. Pretty much, Odin would say like, Red Dragon Emperor. Well, Wraith and the rest are face off against Theodora against that castle there. I'm pretty sure you'll find Arthea if you kind of hurry up. We will take care of actually this here. Issei will look towards Gabriel, and she will nod her head as Issei will fly towards Theodora's actually castle. Once actually Issei got there, he will immediately start looking around, but he couldn't find him anywhere. But he kind of heard noise coming from upstairs. As Issei flew up, he will actually be seen with a sight where a barrier will be placed between Wraith and actually Theodora, while Arthea was actually behind Theodora's throne, tied up just like a slave or something like that, like a prisoner. As Wraith and the rest try to break the barrier, Theodora will really start laughing like crazy, saying like, haha Wraith, you really think that you can actually get past actually my actually barrier? I have the power of Orpheus here. She gave me her power. Not even your power of destruction can even break this barrier. While you try to actually break that barrier, I'm gonna have some time with my beautiful wife here. He would start licking his lip while Arthur would say to Theodora to let him go. That she doesn't want anything to do with him. But Theodora will actually kind of like, slowly start to actually kind of strip away. I'm not gonna go into details because I don't want to get demonetized. And he would just say like, don't worry, actually my dear Arthur, you will soon learn how much I love you. Before he can even touch Arthur, he was actually impaled. His hand would impale towards the wall. He would look up to see it was actually kind of like a holy feather that actually impaled his actually hand. He would start crying in pain, saying like, who done this? Issei would make himself known. He would say like, Theodora. Theodora would say like, how dare you strike me? How dare you strike me? Do you know what this was caused? Do you know who I am? Issei didn't care. Immediately he powers up to his balance breaker and he prepares to destroy on Theodora. He proceeds to beat up Theodora to Kingdom Come. He didn't give this guy a chance to even breathe, of course. He was wrecking this guy up. He was breaking his arms, his legs, as he was just actually torturing this guy completely. As Issei will grab Theodora by the face, slamming him towards his barrier, breaking it, of course. As Theodora will be on the ground as Issei was preparing to finish him, but Wraith and Arcano stopped him before he could even do that, saying to Issei that if he kills Theodora, that he will actually have problems with actually their household. Issei kind of nodded as he kind of actually just let them let him be. He will go towards Arthea, freeing her as Arthea will hug Issei, thanking Issei for actually saving actually her. Issei will say it was no problem, that he will always defend his little sister. Just out of nowhere, Arthea just started to disappear. Like, no, not really started to disappear, but she started to actually glow a golden light before she now disappeared. Issei will be looking on in shock at what, Arthea? As you would just hear slow clapping from the background of the shadow. Was like, well, I never thought it would actually work, but it actually did work. I have actually outdone myself. The figure will make himself known as, pretty much it was Shelba. Shelba will actually say like, I finally actually got rid of actually that girl. She was actually quite of actually a nuisance. As actually Theodora was like, wait, you didn't do it. You got rid of Arthea. That's my wife. How could you? We had a deal. But out of nowhere, he would just immediately get killed by actually a magic spear, demonic spear, right through his chest, of course, as just instantly killing him. But actually Shelba would say like, you really actually are a nuisance. As Issei would say like, what did you do? What did you do? Like he was holding like the thin air where actually Arthea just was actually gone. As Shelba would say that he sent Arthea to the dimensional gap. Issei would say like, wait, say that again. As he would say it again, I sent that filthy actually angel to the dimensional gap. And you will be next, Red Dragon Emperor. Issei at that point lost it, as he immediately just went and he will power up into his actually balance breaker. But this was actually not a thing. Just a burst of actually red energy was shooting in the sky, as it would start to shake up the whole battlefield. As the chant of actually the Juggernaut Drive will actually activate, as Issei slowly started to actually chant the Juggernaut Drive, of course. As we will go into Issei's mind, as pretty much he was in a dark place. the actually past users of the sacred gears would actually just start chanting the Juggernaut Drive. As they were just saying, Juggernaut Drive, I who shall reawaken, I'm the heavenly dragon, still the principal domination from God, blah 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 blah. I'm not going through the whole chant, it was basically just so boring, of course. As Issei is going through the chant, as he was about to finish, and hand will be placed on actually Issei's shoulder. Issei will look behind him and he will see a person that he never saw before. As he will actually see, it was actually just, as he would see, it was none other than all we Dragon Ball fans know as none other than pretty much the Grand Priest himself. As Issei will ask who was he, and he will introduce himself as the Grand Priest, that he's here for Issei. Issei would say like, he's here for me? What? Why? As he would say like, well, you're an angel of course, and you do have Ultra Instinct. I actually really came here to tell you not to activate this form, this Juggernaut Drive. It will corrupt the Ultra Instinct. You will lose it forever. Concentrate. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. As an angel, we shall not actually show that much emotion. If you really want to have a mastery over this power, you need to breathe. Issei would immediately start to breathe. He would start to calm himself. The Grand Priest would say like, good. Slowly, breathe in, breathe out. Issei would do just that. Breathe in, breathe out. As immediately he would start to chant, like his Ultra Instinct will activate. As he would say like, good. Don't let hatred or anger get to you. As an angel, I will not see you fall. And I will not come back again to help you. This was actually the last time I will meet you, but I would actually say that we will meet again probably in the future, but for right now I will not help you any further. Good luck, Issei Hyodo. Issei will stop the Juggernaut Drive chant, as he will immediately power back down to his base form. Issei's eyes will widen, he will cry a bit. Before he would breathe in and he would breathe out. And with actually a burst of white light shining through actually the whole battlefield, as everybody was blown away by this majestic aura. As Issei would be transformed into his Ultra Instinct, the mastered Ultra Instinct. As Shelwa would be looking on in fear, looking on in this state. He completely changed. He has white hair. 50 angel wings behind his back, and for some reason he had a staff. It was so weird, but Issei will look towards Shelba, as he will immediately say that this was your end. Issei would go and with one swift motion will grab Shelba by the face, before actually just blasted his head clean right off, completely 0 seconds. That's all it actually took. That's how fast Issei really is. It took him 0 seconds. As everybody there, like Reyes, were just shocked. They were seeing Issei and this is with this white hair, everything. It was so brand new, so new to actually them. As once Issei would just kill Shelba, he would just look towards the whole battlefield before he would just actually kill the rest of actually the Chaos Brigade. Once they saw Issei and how he was slaughtering each and every one of them, they would immediately just start to retreat. As once they actually retreated, kind of like some of the faction leader were looking on Issei with complete shock. Well, Gabriel, of course, she would be flying towards Issei, she would actually be face to face towards him and ask if Issei was really him. Issei will power back down out of his Ultra Instinct before he will smile. He will start to cry into Gabriel's actually shirt. He was saying that how he lost Arcia, how he let Arcia die. It was his fault. He let his own sister die. As Gabriel kind of comforted him. And pretty much we have kind of like Volley showing up. As pretty much he had Arcia with him, original. As everything was actually kind of normal. As Issei kind of thanked Volley for actually helping actually Arcia out. And Volley said it was no problem, of course. but he was watching the fight. He actually asked what was that the form he just used, that white hair. He knows Issei is really strong than him. Even without his actually balance breaker, he can probably even like kill him in just less than a second. Issei said that it was probably his perfected Ultra Instinct, of course. As he would say, like, this Ultra Instinct, can I actually achieve it myself? Issei would say, like, I don't think so. Volley was just saying, like, whatever. As pretty much he would just tell them actually his dream, of course, to defeat Great Red and things like that. And the whole thing will actually play out normally in the anime. So no Juggernaut drive, of course. So yeah. And we pretty much fast forward all the way to actually the Kyoto arc. Now, I don't think this will be really a problem for Issei. I mean, like, they go to Kyoto, right? And pretty much what happens, right? Basically, Issei actually meets Kunon there. Kunon asks for Issei for his help, seeing that Issei knows Kunon. Yasuka was kidnapped. The hero faction is here. Now, this is easy for Issei. Even without his balance breaker, he can easily handle this. The hero faction are no problem. Issei demolished them. He wipes them all out. Simple, just like instant eliminated. No questions, of course. And as pretty much, I don't know where to even go from here, guys. I mean, like, Issei, he's already mastered Ultra Instinct, even though he's not the fully version of it, but he had to obtain the master version of it. But still, I don't know, there's nothing left for Issei. I mean, like, come on, we can go through actually the Cyber Org, but Issei is not in Reyes Parage. But I do think Cyber Org would challenge Issei, but Issei would actually end up winning against actually Cyber Org. But he will also will have the scene where pretty much he will face off against Indra. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole fight. Issei solos Indra. I mean, there's no question about it. I mean, there's no challenge. He has his master Ultra Instinct. He can't touch Issei. I mean, we could actually go on to actually like Trihexia, where they pretty much release Trihexia, of course, and at that point, what's going to happen? Issei will actually have Ultra Instinct almost perfected at that point, of course. I mean, come on. Issei, right, in his Ultra Instinct, he's already on the level of a Super Saiyan 3 Goku in his Ultra Instinct, his speed, everything. I mean, there's no question, when Trihexia is actually free, Issei actually caught, like, one-shot that dragon. There's no question about it. I mean, like, easily, Issei actually kind of wins. I mean, like, he becomes the great, powerful, actually, angel in this whole supernatural world. I mean, no questions. As if you really want to have a time skip, we pretty much actually we see Issei with his actually harem. I mean, his harem actually now, like, he's actually married to actually Gabriel, Yasuka, Ataramatsu, pretty much like Ross Wise, Irina, and pretty much wait, who's actually the last one? Yeah, I think that's actually pretty much it. I mean, like, there's no question, nothing there. I mean, come on. I mean, Issei solos. There's nothing here. He's already powerful. I don't know why there's nothing to continue the story. So, yeah, this is actually kind of the end of what if Issei kind of had Ultra Instinct. I know this was actually kind of like, wait, the ending was like that? I expected it to be way much better. Yeah, of course, but guys, this is Ultra Instinct Issei we're talking about. Mastered, like, who's gonna touch him? I mean, like, if you really want, he can train for the next 10 years and like what? He'd be like unstoppable. I mean, he doesn't even need the power of Orpheus or even Great Red. Issei is already stronger than even Great Red. I mean, at that point, so there's no question about it. So Issei kind of wins. I mean, like, yeah. So anyways, hope you guys actually liked this what if. I know it was a shit ending, I know. And the reason why I rushed it, because like heck, I'm actually way behind time. Like I said, I really want to have to get this actually what if kind of finished. I have a special what if I'm actually kind of making, and if you guys saw the post in my community tab, I'm doing what if Deku was a beast. I'm not gonna tell you anything about it. I'm gonna actually explain it in that actually what if when it comes out. It's coming out this week. Hope you guys actually stay safe, and with that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.